Are we rolling? Yes, we are. What's up, guys? It's McKinley Crain here today. Before I start this video, I would like to say, I recently had a chance to see the 2021 film Godzilla vs. Kong early, and I took that chance. I saw it. How can I turn a chance like that up? So, yeah. I saw it. And today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free movie review of it. I'm going to be doing basically what I'm going to be doing is a spoiler-free review of the movie. Anyway, let's get into it. So, Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 is a remake of like the many other Godzilla vs. King Kong movies that have come out in past years. This is the most recent one. It's part of the MonsterVerse, movie series or movie cinematic universe. Like every movie that's canon to the 2014 Godzilla is part of the MonsterVerse, and yeah, this is the fourth film and most recent film, or like going to be most recent. I mean, since it's not everybody like in the world has the chance to see it right now. Only like a few people can see this movie right now. But this movie isn't like technically like released for everyone to see until Wednesday. I was one of the lucky people who got to see it early, like a couple days early, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, I'm just putting that out there just to say what I mean when I said like most recent or going to be most recent. You know what I'm saying? Film in the MonsterVerse cinematic universe, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. It exceeded my expectations. I expected it to be great. I just didn't expect it to be perfect. But oh boy, was I wrong, because it was perfect. It was just it's my second favorite film of the year. My favorite film of the year so far has been Zack Snyder's Justice League, aka the Snyder Cut. But this comes in second place. This is one of the most fun movies I've seen all year. And it was just so fun. Like I was just so like into the story and into the action, and it was so satisfying to see. Of course, these specific characters, fictional monster titan characters from the previous MonsterVerse movies, you know who I'm talking about, right? Godzilla and Kong fight. This movie delivers exactly what it promises, and more. I mean, it delivers the fighting, and it delivers like all those really cool special effects, and just shots of Godzilla and Kong just flying through the air going, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to kill each other or whatever, trying to beat each other. And it also gives us a lot of character development between not only the monster characters but the human characters, specifically the main human character, Madison Russell, who's played by Millie Bobby Brown. And this is not a new character. Madison Russell was introduced in Godzilla King of the Monsters, which was also a great movie, but I didn't like it as much as I like this one. This movie was just well, all of the movies in the MonsterVerse are awesome, but this movie was just perfect. This is the only perfect MonsterVerse movie so far. All the MonsterVerse movies, in my opinion, are great. They've been great so far, but this has been the only perfect one. And I really love this movie. This is a great action movie. It's a great sci-fi movie. It's the definition of a crowd pleaser. It's awesome. It's just, you just go there. You just go there wanting like, to see these two characters duke it out, and to like, see a really good like story, have this movie have a really good story, and it gives you that, and not only does it give you that, but it gives you more. I just love the way this movie handled things. Like, it has some like, it takes a few risks that, like, if executed poorly, if they had been executed poorly, they would not have worked. But they were executed perfectly, which means that they did work, and they were fantastic. And I also loved how, like, this movie handled the characters, like, specifically the monster characters, the Titan characters, Godzilla and Kong's backstories. I just love the way they did that. They did it way better than I expected them to. They did it, like, cleverly, and, like, they did it super cleverly and just, like, super satisfyingly, if that makes sense. It's just, I just love this movie. It was just so amazing. It was just so dang awesome. It was just, I loved it. It had some humor in it too, and all the humor in it works very well. It's perfect. And all the new characters in this movie, yes, there are some new characters, work, and they're perfect, and a lot of them are very funny. And I just love the way this movie, like, was from start to finish. This movie's just awesome. It basically, like, from start to finish, like, builds up anticipation. Like, the person watching to, like, have an anticipation for what's about to happen, like, be excited for the fight, get excited for the fight. And, we have every reason to be excited for the fight when we're watching this movie, because it's coming. And it delivers. And this movie is surprisingly unpredictable. Everybody, like, I've known not known a lot of people, but I've seen a lot of people on the internet just, like, saying, like, oh, this movie's, like, gonna be hecka predictable. And I can see why. But it's not actually predictable. It's actually very unpredictable. In a good way, of course, that benefits the story. I mean, there are some predictable things about it and things in it. But, those are things that need to be in there, even though they're predictable. And, it doesn't hurt the movie at all, due to the fact that these small things are predictable. It only helps the movie. So, it does have a few predictable things in it, but, they're predictable in a good way. That benefits the story. And I love this movie. This movie's awesome. It was just awesome. Like, the acting was perfect. The character chemistry was perfect. I really loved the character chemistry between Kong and, like, this little girl that, like, he communicates with, that was, like, on Skull Island. And, her parents got killed off. That's not a spoiler, because that was in the trailer. And they wouldn't put a spoiler in the trailer. And so basically, like, Kong basically finds her and communicates with her, stuff like that, and, still does. And I just love that. It really, like, kind of humanizes Kong's character and makes him more easy to pull for. Yes, I was on Team Kong, like most people. But the thing is, I was on Team Kong even before the trailer came out and made Godzilla look like the villain of the movie. So, Anyway, I just whether or not Kong or Godzilla win, I can't tell you because that would be a spoiler. But I can tell you one of them does win. But I'm not gonna say who, because this is a spoiler-free review, and also because even I couldn't really make this a spoiler review even if I wanted to, because I feel like it's kind of like wrong to spoil a movie for the whole internet before it's been like completely internationally released in theaters, if you know what I mean. Well, not wrong, but just, a little douchey, if you know what I mean. And, I don't want to get in trouble for that with anybody. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, and don't even get me started on the special effects. They're spectacular. They're perfect. They're awesome. And this movie, like, it lives up to its source material, and it has a few cameos from, like, it has a few, like, character cameos from, like, the Godzilla and Kong, like, whole, what's that word I'm looking for? Mythology or whatever, movie mythology, like, I don't know. Movie, like, universe or whatever, I don't know, like, movie incarnations, I don't know. And, this movie does have a fair share of twists and turns, and they're all perfect. And I'm not going to tell you what they are, because, once again, this is a spoiler-free review. Anyway, I'm going to give this movie a 100% out of a 100%, which is the equivalent of an A+. Like, subscribe, join the notification squad, I will return.